Wow. Wow. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And sorry YouTube, but you know what? It's promoted. I know you copyright claim that's my video with my top movies. But in the end, I'm still putting in this song because it's in the movie and it's marketed in the movie. So I'm putting it here. I'm putting here on the video whether you like it or not. And by the way, to that company who copyright claimed my video, kiss my ass.
I'm going there, no more to run. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home.
Excuse my language, guys, but seriously, like, YouTube, guys, has immediately just gone more vicious lately and causing a bunch of content creators to do a bunch of crazy things, asking everybody to press the join button in order to help them out. Same thing with a few other content creators that I liked, putting them into jeopardy. And what sucks is that now the celebrity actors are now pretty much being part of the platform. Who knows how they're gonna get themselves, since YouTube is no longer the same thing. But you know what? I'm gonna have to leave that aside though. But let's talk about one movie in specific, and that, my friends, is 1917. Wow, I watched the movie and it immediately blew my mind. I did watch recently the Golden Globes, and I was completely like mind-boggled because of how many awards it won. Best Picture, Best Director, Best Cinematography. It was just wow. I was like, I gotta see this movie. I have my chance to go see it though. I don't know where I left my movie ticket though, but it was, in my opinion, one of my favorite movies of 2019. What sucks is that the movie did release for a limited time for some theaters, and it stopped. And then some critics got their chance to go see it, but in the end, it got a worldwide release here in January. And I was gonna say, it's like, wow, why did they have to delay it? But I think they wanted to skip the Christmas holidays since it's not gonna get marketed well. But at the same time, it is doing pretty good. It's not selling like selling like hotcakes though. But let's cut to the chase though. Let's talk about 1917. It's directed by Sam Mendes, the guy who gave us American Beauty, the two James Bond movies that I liked, Skyfall and Spectre. And it's starring a few actors that you guys might not know, but I will talk about the performances. Their name is Dean Charles Chapman and George McKay, and many other surprising actors that show up in the movie, which I will not spoil though. But if you've seen the trailers though, you'll know who they are. But there's a few surprises that do show up in the movie though. So let us begin. The story is pretty much about preventing an attack from the British soldiers against the German soldiers, because there's going to be a trap, and these two soldiers named Will Schofield and Tom Blake have to prevent the attack in order for it not to be causing a huge manslaughter though. And that's their mission, and they're going from point A all the way to point B in order to reach there in time, in order for the attack to pretty much be prevented, since it's pretty much a huge trap. And one of the characters, Tom Blake's brother, is over there fighting against them, and pretty much just work their way up though. And from there, the story just carries on from there. And to me, the story, there's not much plot of it though. It's just trying to just say an order is given, and they just have to reach from point A to point B, and in order to prevent an attack, and that's about it though. The story is not too generic, but it's actually really good though. But we'll get to that in a little bit though. And all right, so let's talk about Lance Corporal Will Schofield, portrayed by George McKay. The performances by Will Schofield, to me, was really good. How the way it starts off though, he's just waking up from the morning, and then while he gets the orders, he has to pretty much take his approach with him and his friend. To me, it's like him taking orders and just pretty much want to follow the orders in order to pretty much listen though. His performance is really good though. How the way he plays a really huge part in this movie, and man, he goes through so much. It's sad though, and I cannot spoil much about the movie though, but his performance here was really good. He was very serious. He was scared in the very beginning though. He goes through a lot, and it's just terrifying how the way he experiences. and that gets points. And as for Lance Corporal Tom Blake, wow, his performance was really good. Also, same exact thing too. And then his chemistry between his friend though, which we'll get to in a little bit, was really good though. And him following his orders since his brother is pretty much getting pretty much a part of the army that's over there that have to prevent the attack, has to go over there and has to prevent it though, so there will not be any casualties. And with that, he doesn't want to lose his brother and pretty much just keep going forward. And then it keeps motivating him in order to keep going though. And he has his friend also, which is Will, and he has to do his best in order to keep going forward. And to me, his performance is really good. Their chemistry, it was really good though. It felt like these guys met, but at the same time, they have been friends for a long time. And how the way they talk to each other and how the way they're like, taking care of each other, watching each other's backs. And at times, Tom can pretty much joke around while Will's like, stop messing around, dude. And to me, I like their chemistry here, and there was moments though where they were going through a lot. They were going through hell, and it was sad. And to me, it was just like their chemistry here what really did worked. And halfway through the movie though, it just, yeah. And all I can say, their chemistry here was really good. Let's talk about the World War I setting. I haven't seen any World War I movies. I know there was one that came out a few years ago. I don't remember which type of movie it was though. But since when another specific game got announced, it's immediately like caught my attention. So with that, the World War I setting here, I like the way it is though, because a bit of a history lesson too. Sam Mendes' great great grandfather did serve the army, and he managed to give the stories to his grandfather, to his father, and to him. And with that, he pretty much like wanted to share the story of the story of between him and his great grandfather, and how the way World War I is, and how the way everyone served, and how sad and completely how No Man's Land just completely like changed everything though. And the trenches though, it was, wow, it was just depressing and sad. And how the way it's filmed though, it's really good though. We'll get to that in a little bit though. And the World War I setting is good. Let's talk about the cinematography. The cinematography, it does deserve to win Golden Globe. Wow, it is amazing. And Sam Mendes and his cinematographer, wow, he did an amazing job with Skyfall, Spectre, and it was amazing though. American Beauty, I don't know much of it, and I thought to me how the way this movie was shot was really good though. We'll get to that part in a little bit though, but the cinematography here was amazing. The action in the movie, there is a bit of a slow pace though, of how the way it begins, but when immediately like you see the moments where both Will and Tom go into No Man's Land all by themselves, trying to go send that message so the attack can be prevented. It was unsettling though. I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh god, these guys are in deep shit. They're screwed. And I was like, come on. And wow, it kept my heart pumping when it started all the way from the beginning all the way to the very end though. And wow, it's just amazing. And I'll admit, it was one of the most movies that was like keeping me on the edge of my seat though. And I was like, it felt, to me, it didn't feel like a 2-hour movie. It felt like a 3-hour movie. And I was like, dang, it's amazing how the way this movie is shot though, and how the way the action is served all the way too. There is a few slow pacing issues, but that's fine though. But we'll get to that in a little bit though. So the action here was good. Okay, now let's talk about the most important thing. The one-shot perspective of this movie though. The movie filmed in just one shot. I don't believe it though, because there's a few moments I was like, I see the editing right there. I see the editing right there. I see the editing right there. I see the editing there. Okay, the one-shot perspective was really good all the way to the beginning, all the way to the very end. And it's just how the way they shot it, it was great. And I saw a few moments, I was like, okay, that one was edited. And yeah, I thought, to me, the one-shot perspective by Sam Mendes and a few other of the editors was really good. And I thought it was okay. But the cons, though, you can notice, too, that there's a few moments where there's going to be like, okay, I noticed that. I was like, okay, looks like they're going to be taking a break. Yeah, because these one-shot movies are really difficult, though, but yeah, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, though. But still, there's a few cons, though, that you'll kind of notice and be like, okay, I see that. I was like, okay. It's not a huge mistake, though, but I kind of like noticed, though, with the one-shots, though, because everybody says it's filmed in one shot. Sort of, though, because I can kind of see how the way it's edited, though, but that's fine. But at the same time, and then also don't expect to have this movie like an action that will keep you like invested a lot, though. There is action, though, but the pacing can be a bit slow, though, but it's fine. But at the same time, that's the only con I had, though, and there it is. I'm saying it again. It's how that's my only cons, and that's all I have to say about that too. Is this movie worth watching? Yes, go watch it though, because the reason why I wanted to watch this movie, because I heard a lot of good stuff. I heard a lot of good things. It was nominated by the Golden Globes, the Oscars, the Critics Awards, everything, and I was like, you know what? I have to see it because I've seen Sam Mendes' work with Spectre, Skyfall, which to me is one of my favorite movies. And also American Beauty. I saw parts of it though, but not everything though. I don't know much of his work there. And then after seeing 1917 though, and doing this movie in order to dedicate his great grandfather, to me I fully respect though. And to me, in my opinion, this movie, my final verdict, it's tough. Even though I put this on number 7 on my top movies list, tied with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm working on the review video on that too. I'm gonna have to go with a 9 out of 10. It is an amazing movie, and I'll admit, Sam Mendes, the editors, the cinematographers, and all the actors, and everyone who did the setting for World War I, an amazing job, though. And I'm saying though again. And I give credit to everyone, though, because it was an outstanding movie, though, even though you'll notice the one shots, though, that was fully edited, though. And after that, everything can be excused though. So to me, 9 out of 10, it deserves it though. And you guys go watch it though, because the reason why I watched it, because I play this game, Battlefield 1, and to me it's one of my favorite first-person shooters that I played in 2016, and it was a really welcome surprise though, made by EA. It's in the game, despite them adding a $50 season pass in order for you to get the rest of the content though, even though they kind of stumbled with this game. But still. And to be honest, after I'm done editing, I'm going to be playing this game because this game is really good. My nephew, every time he visits, he loves to play this game a lot. Same thing with this one, and that's all I got to say. And yes, you guys are probably wondering, where's your top games of the 2010s? I'm working on that. Sorry, guys. I've been busy doing other things away from the camera, though. And by the way, since some of you guys already know who I am I coming back to my previous job? I don't know. I'm still under contract though, but after what they did, I'm not coming back. I don't feel like coming back. So yeah, with that in mind, I'll be seeing you guys maybe in the top games of the 2010s. I don't know how I'm gonna edit it out though, but I'll give you guys a bit of a hint. When the games that I own, I will show you guys it. I will show you guys the game because my phone has its own limitations though, because it's showing its age though, and I'll see what I can work out though. So, and maybe I might split it into 2. So I hope that works. With that in mind, guys, I'll see you guys next time.